Hello, welcome to Candid Chats on Cancer. I'm Mary Robinson.
I'm Jamie Moore. So Mary, who are we chatting with today?
We have Macy DeWispler with us from Twin Rivers YMCA.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the YMCA program at Twin Rivers.
The program that we have at the YMCA for cancer survivors is called Live Strong at the YMCA. It's a phenomenal 12-week program that we offer for free for cancer survivors.
All right, run that by me again one more time. So you can join the YMCA for free if you're a cancer survivor.
Not necessarily join the YMCA for free, but the program itself is free.
All right.
So the program is a 12-week program for anybody that's being diagnosed with cancer. They would give us a call. We get them signed up for the program. And once the program starts going, the first day we get to know each other a little bit. The second day we do assessments where we do a 6-minute walk test. We do some upper strength testing and some lower strength testing. We do a reach test and a balance testing, and then we do that at the end of the 12 weeks to see how far they've come. The group consists of 8 to 12 people, and the idea of it's to gain confidence back after going through cancer and to gain your strength back as well. It's awesome.
It's also beautiful for the immune system.
Yes.
To be moving. The more you move, the better, the healthier your immune system is.
Right, correct.
Well, and I have to say too that I went through the program and I absolutely loved it. And I was one of those people that I truly had a hard time just getting into the exercise routine again, because I used to work out so much, and then when my body was so depleted, I would try to work out when I got up to motivated, and then I would do too much and I didn't know it. And Macy was so helpful because she told me about the program, because I called and was interested.
Right.
Some people don't hear about it otherwise.
I've never heard about it.
Right.
I was
So I'm glad
fortunate
you're
enough
here.
to get the information from the hospital. And I just think going through that program, and I've told Macy over and over again, I found that I could do things. There's 2 personal trainers that were in our group, and it was just amazing. I just have to tell you that.
Well,
so
thank you.
It's so good that you're here to tell everybody about it.
It's just a phenomenal program. We started the program in the YMCA of Greater Omaha's in 2012, and since that time we've had 876 people sign up for the program at our YMCA's, which is phenomenal. We had 646 people complete the program. People drop out for various reasons if they're going through treatment. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, but they're able to sign up for the program again. So it's one of the best things that I can say I've ever been a part of.
Right.
And to see the people bond in that program is truly incredible. After the first day that they're all there, they're all exchanging phone numbers and emails right away. And they all just stick together, and a lot of them continue to form friendships forever from that program.
So is this a national program, or is this a local Nebraska
It is
program?
a national program. There's a
Really?
lot of training that goes into it and a lot of grants that need to be received to get the program started. But once the program started, we send our trainers to a 16-hour Live Strong training, and after they've completed that, we can start the program at our YMCA.
So your trainers are trained in how to work with people that have cancer.
Correct, they sure are. They are all personal trainers that are certified, and then they go through the program to learn how to specifically work with different types of cancers and ports and neuropathy and all the different things that come along with it. Yep.
How did you get involved in all this? I mean, what made you want to get involved with the cancer and the Live Strong?
I wanted to be involved because I had cancer myself. So I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer in 2000 when I was pregnant with my 3rd baby. I shouldn't say I was diagnosed when I was pregnant. I had a huge lump in my neck, and they wouldn't do anything until after I had the baby. And then after I had the baby and they figured out that it was cancer, things moved a lot faster, obviously. After I went through my entire cancer journey, I was not even able to walk upstairs, and I had gained about 40 pounds. And I knew at that time I either was going to be really large or hopefully lose some weight. And I just really had to push myself to do it. And I would have done anything to have the Live Strong program to help me with that.
Yeah, I mean, that was the hardest, I think, for all of us, is getting remotivated again to be healthy.
Correct.
And
I think for me it was just because I did too much and I didn't know that I was doing too much till the next day.
Right.
I don't know, and also just the
Right.
strength, not having the stamina, but
just getting out of the house and having a purpose.
Right, and the Live Strong program definitely holds you accountable. while no one's going to call and hound you, we
Right.
do want to know if you're not going to be able to make it. And you begin to feel accountable with your participants that are in the program with you. With the program, you do receive a 12-week membership as well. So you can come to any of the Ys anytime you choose to and bring your family. So Mary is a great example. Mary was there every day. So while the program was on Tuesday, Thursdays, Mary was there Monday, Wednesday, Fridays as well, and formed great relationships with the majority of our members that are there in the morning.
I still visit
They
with quite
still,
a bit.
yeah, they ask about her all the time. So
Yeah, like, why hasn't Mary come as much? Probably because I'm not in the Live Strong program, but I still go as much as I can.
Right.
You know.
And it was really great to see all the different participants that are in Live Strong bond with all of our members and have them all come in and work together. It was awesome.
It really is.
Well, they're so welcoming there too, and I'm sure all YMCA's are, but I really feel a bond with your YMCA.
Right.
Just because it's really close to where I live, but everybody is so nice.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're very welcoming and very encouraging, and they hold you accountable a little bit too. They'll
Yeah.
rib you a little bit if you don't show up, which is a good thing.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. It makes you feel welcome, like you're missed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's also good having somebody that has cancer, gone through cancer,
Right.
survived cancer, being the leader of the project in Omaha here. That is a wonderful thing.
Yes, I definitely think I have empathy for anyone that's gone through the journey. What I tell people is I'll have some people call me and say, I don't really feel like I should do the program. I just had this or I just had that. And I always tell them, you were told you had cancer.
Right.
Once you're told you have cancer, we all have a different path that we take with it. But when you're told you have cancer, it just kind of changes your entire perspective on everything, I believe.
Exactly.
And so I never want to tell anyone they can't do it, or everyone is welcome to do it that has been diagnosed. We have a lot of older couples that come in that want to do it together. So I'll say, well, if you haven't had cancer, that's a good thing.
Right.
So what we do is, because they get the free membership, we encourage their partners to come in and work out while the group is there as well, and then to do classes on the days that there's not Live Strong.
So the family gets to participate also?
Correct.
But they just can't participate in that
In the
class.
program, correct. So they
Okay.
could come in and do any of our programs. They could swim. We have some of our participants that bring their children in if they're old enough and swim while they're in the program. They can use our childcare that's free. So while they're in the program, if they have little ones, they can bring their children and put them in our child watch for free while they're there. And that's a
That
huge
is
help for some people.
Tremendous.
And then you
Yeah.
don't have to find a babysitter.
Now I
either.
know why you were there 4 days a week.
Well, my kids were in school, just so you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But on the days that they had off, especially my two younger ones, they wanted to go swimming, or they would go in the gym and shoot hoops or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, they might need something here and there, but they didn't bother me while I was working
Right.
out,
Right.
or make it disruptive for the class. So it was really nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, it's a great thing that you got for the support system too. The
Oh,
support
yes.
system is so much left out of it. You know, it's a great program, but it's even a better program when when you guys extend it out to the family.
Right,
The support
absolutely.
system, because for your kids, it gave them a moment of normalcy.
Right.
Yeah, and they were part of something.
Yeah.
It wasn't just for mom. You know, it was the family, so that
Right.
was really nice.
Yes, and programs, when you're a member, the programs are discounted as well, and so they receive all those same benefits as well if they're in the Live Strong program. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Give me an idea of what an hour program would be like. What kind of exercises would I?
We do really everything. We start out slow, introducing everyone to the equipment. I tell everyone that it doesn't matter if you worked out all up until you had your cancer or if you haven't worked out at all. We definitely work at your level. So we focus on the strength equipment, of course, the free weights and the machine weights, do some cardio as well. We have a group that just started a couple of weeks ago, and we're already talking about having them go to a class together because they're all about the same age, which will be really nice.
Yeah.
We try to bring someone in to do a little bit of a nutrition talk as well. Some of the Ys will go to Hy-Vee if there's one close and do an actual tour of Hy-Vee with the nutritionist, which is really nice as well.
Really? So
Yes.
the nutritionist is included with the program?
Right, it's just a one-time
Just a
type-
one time, but still, one
Right.
time.
Informative.
Yes, it's very informative. And right now, we're very fortunate that one of our trainers, I shouldn't say, but she's not fortunate, but we're fortunate that she has just been done with her breast cancer treatment.
Okay.
So she is a personal trainer. She just is getting done with all of her treatment, and she's a trainer for us. So it's been really, really nice to have her there because she truly understands it
Yeah.
as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it makes a big difference when you know, it's like somebody like me who, I wasn't in bad shape, I wasn't in the greatest shape before I got cancer. But when you get done, you know, my wife bought me a beautiful, you know, recumbent bike for Christmas and stuff like that. It's great. I mean, I love it. But here's the problem with it. I can get off of it anytime I want.
Correct.
That's why this class is really great. You should
Yeah.
try it.
I'm going, well, I will now.
Yeah.
Now
Yes,
that-
you can
now I know about
absolutely
it.
try it. The sessions that we have, they start in February, towards the middle of February. We'll have sessions, some of our wives have sessions in the summer as well. And then we all have a third session or second sessions, depending on the location, that starts in September. So if you're interested in it, give us a call. We'd love to
Yeah.
have you.
We would love to, well, because, you know, for me, I just started really exercising. I'm coming up on 1 year. And so I've just really started really exercising. Well, now the weather here in the Midwest is like turning too bad, not fun weather to go out and run anymore.
Right,
And
right.
so I was sitting there wondering, you know, what am I going to do? You know, run up and down the steps of my house all day? Well,
Go on the
okay.
bike.
Go on the bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, to have have a program to be a part of.
Right, and the great thing about the program is we try to introduce you to a variety of different exercises. So while something might not be right for you, another thing might be something that you really like and fall in love with. And we definitely encourage you to try all classes while you're there to see what does work for you. It's a free membership, so take advantage of it and try
Right.
those things out.
So
I know that a lot of the stuff I wouldn't have tried before, a lot of that equipment, because I didn't know what to do.
Right.
You know, you have to change it to this level 4, or that, you know, that weight here and whatnot. And they really, those personal trainers help you, your form too.
Right, right.
And so I think it's a great program.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't, you know, I'll be there. Just put it
As I
that
say,
way.
it's offered at how many YMCAs in Omaha?
Right now, it's offered at 5 of our locations of the 9, but I know we are adding a couple of more in the beginning of January. So hopefully we'll be up to the 7 or 8 in January of 19. It's we're really trying to get more people involved in it, and a lot of the support groups definitely refer them to us. We have a lot of doctors, oncologists that refer their patients to us as well. So
Now,
yeah.
if you have a patient who has a compromised immune system, how do you keep your equipment so that we don't cross-contaminate each other and make each other sick, especially this time of the year when we're seeing flu
Right.
and
That's a
colds?
concern when we started the program at our facilities. We do have sanitary wipes all over the place in our wellness center, so we definitely encourage anyone with a compromised immune system to wipe the machines off before they use them. And we haven't had any issues with that, thank God.
Great.
So, yes,
And then also we were told when we were in the program to wipe them afterwards
as
too.
well,
Afterwards.
absolutely.
So,
Yes.
you know, hopefully they're doing
Both.
the person, yes, they're doing
Right.
both, so.
You're double protected.
Well,
Because I was concerned about that too, Jeannie,
Yes.
when I started, but my doctor said it was okay, so.
Yeah. Yeah, my doctor said too, any kind of exercise you can do is good for you. You know, it's especially when it comes to white blood cell count, because it's you know, it sticks to your arteries, and if you don't move and exercise, well, they don't get out into the immune system to
Absolutely.
keep you cancer free after you've gone through chemo and surgery and radiation and
Right.
everything like that. So this is a wonderful program for
Yes.
the Y, and I didn't, you know, it's a wonderful program for the support system too. Tell us a little bit more about your journey with cancer.
Sure. Like I said, I was diagnosed when I was actually 30 years old and just had my third baby. So I had a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a baby. I was diagnosed with.
You were very busy, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking, like,
There's so many days I'm grateful I'm a guy.
but that would have, you know, that would have been scary though. You had a lump while you were pregnant,
I
but
did.
they didn't want to do anything?
They didn't want to do anything at that time. So I had my child in August and then had a biopsy in November. Once the biopsy results came back, obviously things started to move a little faster. So
Right.
I had my thyroid removed in January of 2001. At that time, I did another scan and they thought that it had maybe spread to my bones, which was extremely scary when you have
Right.
young children. I did some radioactive iodine, and then they wanted to do another surgery, like an exploratory surgery, to see what they could find. They were something happening in my hip, and it looked like it was thyroid cells in there. So they did another surgery, didn't find anything, which wasn't really the answer I was looking for.
Right.
You know, you want them to find something rather than it be a mystery. So my in-laws at the time said, you're going to Mayo Clinic. So they sent me up to the Mayo Clinic, and I was on and off the Synthroid and having no metabolism whatsoever about 4 times in a year. And by the end of that, I gained 40 pounds. Mayo Clinic was awesome. They kept on doing scans, and
Right.
this spot just kept getting smaller, which was great. At one time, a surgeon came in and said, well, you know, we might have to take some of your hip out and you'll have a limp forever. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was extremely
good news.
scary.
Yeah.
No, it was extremely scary. But by the end of, it was about a year, like I said, I had gained that 40 pounds and I was miserable, completely miserable. And I was trying to go back to work very part-time, and that was when I knew at that time I had to either continue to work out and do the best I could or just give up.
Yeah.
But I know that wasn't the answer. So I was very fortunate that that spot just was gone, and I haven't had a reoccurrence at all. But again, the YMCA, even though I wasn't in the Livestrong program, I definitely credit them for saving me with the different classes that I took and the encouragement that I received and everything else. It was wonderful. Livestrong would have been the icing on the cake there. So,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So your 40 pounds that you gained, was that just the pregnancy, or was that because of the surgeries they did and then they maybe put you on medications, or?
That was definitely because they take you on and off that Synthroid so much. So the Synthroid is the thyroid replacement.
Right.
And without, I mean, you have zero metabolism. So that just kicks your body in and out of horrible things. So I gained that weight due to that, to being on and off that so much. The pregnancy that weight was gone, but that all came back really quick.
Yeah.
So yes.
So how did you cope with having babies? You don't even had one brand new baby, but you also had babies that were
Right.
being potty trained.
Right.
Maybe
6
one
and
in
4-year-old.
kindergarten, maybe?
I have, well, my oldest son is autistic, so he was in a
Okay.
program, and then my 4-year-old was home. You know, I think when you're going through it, you don't have a choice.
Right.
So, and I do feel that there are, you know, unfortunately people that go one way and they didn't go another way, and I just wanted to be that strong person. I believe that when you have cancer too, you become the support system for some
Yeah.
people, and I'm sure you both understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
It becomes very scary for your family members. We had my sister had passed away in that June before I was diagnosed with, or before I had my baby in August, and then I had cancer. So it was extremely scary to tell my parents that I had cancer, and to, you know, they were scared to death that something was going to happen to me. So I just think you just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
I had a great support system with my family. I think your children make you want to be better and make you want to live, obviously. So it was a lot of people supporting me that definitely helped me through it.
Were your
Yeah.
parents living close by so they could help with the kids?
Yes,
and
they
whatnot?
were. And my in-laws at the time were phenomenal. I mean, I think I spent 8 weeks away from my baby just due to all the doctor's appointments and
Right.
surgeries. And when you do like the radioactive iodine, you can't be around children for a week, and just all the different things I had to do. So that was extremely difficult, but I knew he was in good hands. So
Okay, I
Definitely.
didn't know that. So when you're taking the radioactive iodine for the cancer, you can't be around
children,
kids or at all.
no, for a week. So
Why is that?
I mean, I think it's just because of the
The
radiations that,
radiation.
that you're giving off. So my dad would walk in and go, "I'm coming up, hide yourself." It was pretty funny, but
He didn't even want to be around you.
no. But I mean, it was. I didn't feel sick or anything, so
Yeah.
I'm fortunate that way, and I'm fortunate that with my thyroid cancer, chemotherapy and radiation aren't going to help it. So I didn't have to go through that.
Well, and thankfully yours wasn't very aggressive because, you know, you
Exactly.
had this lump and you had to wait for the baby to come.
Right.
And you seem like a very strong, independent person. Was it hard for you to accept help from people? Or,
I think that it comes to a point where you realize that you have to have it, and that's okay.
yeah.
You know, I think we all have to get there at some point. So, I mean, during that period, there were so many things going on, and with the kids, and I had to have help. There was just no option there. But thank you for saying that.
Well, I think sometimes it's hard for people to accept help.
It
I
is.
really
It is.
do. And so that's why I asked.
Yeah, it
because-
definitely is.
Or give yourself permission to ask
Yeah,
for help.
Give yourself permission.
Yeah,
to-
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it does take a while to get there, but I think at some point, and I'm sure you both realize that you have to have the help, and that's okay.
And it is, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Definitely.
Makes you stronger. So,
Yes.
It's one thing about cancer, it does bring you closer to your family, brings you closer to your community, it brings you closer to another community that you didn't even know existed.
Correct. That's definitely true.
Like I would have never thought that the YMCA had a program for cancer, specifically for cancer.
Yes.
I mean, we've all heard the Live Strong, you know, and thank God that that organization was created, and thanks for all the beautiful information that they put out there. It's probably one of the few places where I found there was positivity.
Yeah.
You know, you could go on that website, and that was one of the few websites I really could find that you could always find something positive to help you get through the day. So the Live Strong program is beautiful, but being incorporated or joined with the YMCA, how fortunate is all the people in the United States that have YMCAs close to them.
Yes, the Live Strong at the YMCA programs, I honestly can say is one of the best things I've ever been a part of, to help all of the different people that have gone through it, in all ages, it doesn't matter how old the people are, and to see the bonds that are formed between someone that's maybe 80 and someone that's maybe 30 has been incredible. Like it's just, it gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I really, truly just love the program, and to see the improvement that people make and the people that stay with it and continue to come, and the bonds that are formed is phenomenal.
Now, for the people that have neuropathy, sometimes it's difficult to grip things.
Right.
What kind of programs or exercises would you recommend for people with neuropathy?
You know, I'm not a personal trainer myself. I actually coordinate the program myself, so that's probably a question that's better for them. But our trainers are very well trained and will help anyone that needs help with that. So, but it is a definite issue, and we ask about that during our initial intake. We do an intake at the beginning that takes about an hour to get information from everyone, so that we can definitely work with them according to what they have. So
That is great.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been with the YMCA then? Because you're the executive director.
Correct.
Did you start as that, or did you start as a trainer?
No, I started part-time, 8 hours a week at the front desk.
Oh.
And as my children became older, I started to work at different YMCAs and became a membership director, and then a senior program director, and then an executive director at the Twin Rivers YMCA. So I would live out in Waterloo, so it was a natural thing, and when that Y opened up, that I applied for that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I can see why you want to be there.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely love it too. So.
I think it's a wonderful idea because, and I like the idea that you hold them accountable.
Uh-huh.
Because that goes back to my bike. I mean,
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
doesn't. You know, there's this beautiful program on it that has a personal trainer.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It must be
Oh,
fancy.
yeah. Yes.
You can dial up a personal trainer. You can take classes with other people even. Yeah,
Wow.
it's really kind of neat. But the thing is, I got to get on it
Right.
and turn it on. There's nobody that says, "Okay, Jamie, at 7 o'clock, you have a class you have to be to."
Right, right.
And there's 12 other people that are going to
Counting on you,
that
too.
are holding you accountable. No, my bike doesn't hold me
That's
accountable.
Because, well, just like I told you, after the Live Strong program ended, I didn't come as often
Right.
just because I'm like, oh, I could do this instead, I'll go tomorrow. And I found that I missed it so very much that I ended up, going back more often. And I just was telling Macy, I need to go back again because I went on a little trip. And now I'm like, got to talk myself into it. But it's the accountability.
It really
It
is.
really does help. And plus, you need the people in the Live Strong program to come too, I feel, because you do the assessment at the beginning. Well, how do we know if it even worked unless you came?
Right, it's critical. The assessments are critical in helping us get grants for the
Grants,
program.
yeah.
And just our donors. And this is a free program, and we use this a lot with our donors to say, hey, look at this awesome program we have, and we need results in order to achieve those goals with our donors. So, yeah.
Well, I do know, just a quick story. One of the ladies there was supposed to have shoulder surgery beforehand, and after the program, she did not need shoulder surgery
Yes.
anymore because
Really?
it helped her so much. And I think it was just the gym equipment.
Absolutely.
Because we did a lot of that kind of stuff. But can you believe that? I mean, come on.
Right, a lot
There's
of stories
proof.
with the neuropathy as well, where people have pretty severe neuropathy before they start, and it really, really subsides during the program, and it really helps them out. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of benefits to it. People obviously they want to gain their strength back. Balance is a huge issue.
Yes.
For not only older adults, but for people that go through cancer, and we really do focus on the balance and try to get some of that back as well.
Yeah, people
Definitely.
with neuropathy are like 2 times more, or fall twice as much as anybody else in their group, in their age group. So that's for balance and neuropathy. That's
Right.
a wonderful thing.
I wonder
Right.
how that helps with the neuropathy. Is it just because of the circulation, since you're using
I think
the
so.
equipment?
It's circulation, it's the sensory pads in your hands and fingers, it's the
Yeah.
motor neurons, it's working all of that. All right.
You know, the thing I think that we don't talk about a lot too is just the emotional piece of it.
Yeah.
I had a gentleman in the group come and sit in my office, look at me and say, I think I'd be dead if it weren't for this program. And a lot of what he was
Wow.
referring to was the depression. And that's a strong,
Right.
strong statement. Working out obviously helped him out a lot, but the depression completely went away for him. So,
It's hard to be depressed or anxious when you're working out.
right, with a fun group.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
and sharing this program with us, because like I said, I never knew anything about it, and I'll be calling you very quickly
perfect.
here.
Uh-huh.
Thank you ever so much for coming, and you are, please, anytime you want to, you're welcome back on our
Okay,
show.
well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed being here.
Yeah.
Any interested in the Livestrong program at all, just go ahead and call your local Y, and we'll get you directed in the right place. So,
That sounds
Thank you.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. And join us again for another episode of Candid Chats on Cancer. We're happy you joined us tonight.
Have a wonderful day.